I think one of the most confusing things about how to pack for a plane trip anywhere, and especially if you're packing in carry-on only, is how to pack your liquids bag. What kind of bag to use? What goes in the liquids bag? What doesn't go in the liquids bag? All the questions. So today I'm going to break it down for you in a little Liquids Bag 101. Hey y'all and welcome. If you're new here, I'm Christy the Gen X Gypsy, helping you to travel better so you can focus on making unforgettable memories. Today we are talking about the liquids bag and only the liquids bag. In some previous videos I've touched on the liquids bag and kind of what's required, but I've never really gone in depth. So today we are going to do a deep dive and we're going to talk about everything liquids bag, how to pack it efficiently, and how to get through that TSA security line quickly. So let's go. First, what is the actual TSA rule or rules? Well, they charmingly call it the 3-1-1 rule. 3 stands for 3.4 ounce bottles or containers. The first one stands for a quart size bag, and the second one stands for one person. Basically, it boils down to you are allowed one quart size bag per one person that can be filled with up to 3.4 ounce bottles or containers, or 100 milliliters. Honestly, I think it would have been way less confusing if they'd called it the 1-1-100 rule. It just rolls off the tongue better. And we Americans, we've been dipping our toe in that metric system for quite a while now, and we should start moving beyond just 2-liter sodas, right? So, you are allowed one quart size bag. What kind of bag should it be? It is perfectly acceptable to use a regular Ziploc quart size baggie, and for years that's exactly what I did. But I think that you will find that you can actually fit more stuff into one of the airplane specific quart size bags that you purchase. In fact, I was curious to see if that was actually true. So I did a little test of my own and I pulled out a baggie and I put all of my refillable bottles and containers into that Ziploc bag. And then I compared it to how full it got in comparison to the actual airplane ready quart size bag that all those refillable bottles came in. And I found that yes, all of the bottles and containers would fit in that Ziploc baggie, but there wasn't a lot of extra room. Whereas with the actual airplane specific quart size bag, there was plenty of extra room for your deodorant and your toothpaste and any of the other extra things that you want to put in there that you're not using the refillable bottles for. You'll also find that those airplane specific quart size bags, because they have that extra room on the side and the plastic that they are made out of, will just hold up to the wear and tear of travel a lot more. And they're not a very big investment. In fact, this one is only $14 at Amazon. If you're interested, I will have a link below if you want to go check it out. And while we're talking about refillable containers, you want to make sure that all of the containers that you're using to put in your liquids bag are no bigger than 3.4 ounces. You can't take a bigger bottle and just put 3.4 ounces of liquid in it and then put it in your liquids bag and take it with you. The TSA is just not going to let that fly. And at that point, you'd just be wasting a lot of space in your liquids bag anyway. Now, there is no reason to go out and buy all new travel size toiletries every time you travel. There's no rule that says that your containers have to be unopened. And if you are wanting to travel more sustainably, just go ahead and fill up whatever travel size bottles you already have with the products you want to take. Or invest in one of the sets like I talked about earlier. One of the things I really love about the set that I got is the silicone bottles squeeze everything out really well, so you're not left with a bunch of unused product at the bottom of the bottle. Let's talk about what must go in your liquids bag and what not to put in your liquids bag. Now, obviously, the liquids are going to go in your liquids bag, but TSA also wants you to put your gels, your creams, and any aerosols in your liquids bag as well. Otherwise, those things might cause the TSA security alarms to go off and your bag will need to be checked. Now, your liquids, of course, include your things that you would normally think they would include, like shampoo and toothpaste and deodorant. But it also includes other things that are creamy and liquid that you might not think about, like foods that you might want to take as snacks on the plane, such as peanut butter or honey, or peanut butter and honey. Ugh, what a delicious combination. What you don't have to pack in your liquids bag are any medications that you are bringing with you that happen to be liquid. You do need to have the prescription with your name on it along with you to show if it does get pulled out for security reasons, but it does not have to be included in your liquids bag. Also, any breast milk or infant liquid needs don't have to be included in your liquids bag. However, TSA would like for you to pack those things in their own bag, that if it needs to be scanned or screened when you go through security, it's easy for you to pull out. And lastly, right now, and this may change, TSA is allowing you to bring up to a 12-ounce bottle of hand sanitizer with you that doesn't have to be in your liquids bag either. With such limited space, how do you pack your liquids bag efficiently, especially if you're traveling with just carry-on baggage? Well, first, consider where you're going to be staying on your trip and what you're going to be doing, what your needs really are going to be. If you're staying somewhere like a motel or hotel that generally provides shampoo and conditioner and soap, maybe you don't need to bring that with you. And if you're staying at an Airbnb or VRBO, you could reach out to them and see if they provide that stuff as well. Then that gives you a little extra space to bring other items. Then think about what you're going to be doing while you're there. How much liquids do you really need to have with you? Or if there's going to be some place nearby that you'd be able to go purchase items if you need them. Also, think about the amounts of each product that you're really going to need each day. Say if you use moisturizer twice a day and you use about a dime size each time you put it on your face, you probably don't need a whole 3.4-ounce bottle for a week. Make sure that you do a realistic assessment of what you're really going to need while you are traveling. I will say the one thing I struggle with when I pack carry-on for a tropical vacation is sunscreen. It's the one thing you really do need, and you need far more than 3.4 ounces of it, and it's usually really expensive at the tourist destinations. My only suggestion to you is to just make sure that you budget enough money to be able to buy sunscreen when you get to your destination. Do any of you guys out there have a good sunscreen hack for traveling with just carry-on only? We'd really like to hear about it in the comments below, so make sure you let us know, because we all know it's so important to wear sunscreen now. We may not have when we were teenagers, but we know now. Moving on to actually packing your liquids bag after you've finished your assessment and decided all of the items that you want to take, the trick is to pack everything horizontally. So you'll want to start with your larger items, just like if you were packing a suitcase, and layer them on top of each other, and then take the smaller containers and squeeze them into the spaces that are left over. Once you have zipped up your liquids bag, you want to make sure you put it somewhere in your carry-on or your personal item that will be easily accessible when you are going through TSA security. You do not want to be struggling to find your liquids bag when you're standing in that line and you have people waiting behind you. Once you get through security and you get to your gate, by all means, if you want to repack your stuff and move your liquids bag somewhere else, that's the time to do it. And if you are really new to travel, or perhaps you haven't flown anywhere in quite a while and you're feeling a little anxious about the whole process, check out this video next. I hope you guys found this video helpful, and I am really looking forward to seeing you in the next one.